Hey guys, how are you? Vladimir Ribakov here from Traders Academy Club. This video is the weekly Forex analysis and forecast for the week of 8 to 13 of December 2019. I'm very happy from one side, sad from another side, satisfied from the another side to announce that this is the last weekly forecast for 2019. It has been an amazing year with so many fantastic opportunities, and thanks to Mr. Market to provide us all these opportunities, of course. Meanwhile, of course, I'll create more videos for the channel. But meanwhile, I would like to take the moment and to thank each and every one of you for watching this channel and my work during this year, for your support in my work, and for your feedback, for your comments, and for being part of this amazing Forex channel and community. So thank you very much for that, and I would like to wish you the best for the holiday season and for the coming new year. And for those of you who watch us for the first time, welcome to the community, welcome to the channel. I would like to take the chance and to invite you to subscribe to the channel. Just follow the subscribe button below the video, and remember to enable the notifications button so you are notified of the new work we upload for you during the week. Would also like to invite you to join our free Telegram channel, where we share the trading ideas, posts, videos, articles, and much more educational content, completely free for the community. And I would like to invite you to join my live trading rooms, where you would find all the trading opportunities that we discuss week after week, day after day, back up with a full detailed trading report. The links to join both channels are below the video in the description or in the comments, in the pinned comment. You will find all the links. So now let's begin. What we will do is a quick review of the previous week forecast. As you know, on Monday I published inside the blog vladimirribakov.com. I published the text version, the text format for the analysis and the forecast, and here you would be able to find all the discussed things in the video explained for you on the chart. This is done by my team for you, for your comfort and for your use, with the purpose to make it convenient for you and helpful, so you can always refer to the ideas as they are and try to trade them. And I would like to ask your support. If you find the work useful and you enjoy the video and the content and the text version we do for you, please hit the like button below the video and drop some feedback in the comment section. Your support is the reason why we do that. When we know it helps and it's educational and it's useful to our followers, that's the motivation we need to keep going. So the first pair on the list of the previous week was the euro versus the New Zealand dollar. Our plan was to look for buys from the bottoms, so we wanted to see that dropping back to the low of the rising channel. 4 hour to create false breakouts and then to create higher highs, convergence, or series of 3 higher highs, higher lows, and then buy retraces. Let's have a look what this pair had for us. So we never got the false breakouts on the 4 hour chart. We never got any higher highs. We never got 3 higher highs, 3 higher lows. So basically nothing with this pair. And now comes the question. So the daily now goes straight down, crossing below the 200 moving average. Right now is coming to this rising trend line and pretty strong supportive area that we can find here. So the biggest question is what's going to happen from that moment. Now, I personally believe when we connect the previous high of the uptrend and the last low of the uptrend, this is where we get it. So I believe that this area is going to be critical here, and moreover, this area is as well, when we take a look here on the weekly cycle, this area is as well close to the bottom of the range, of this ranging structure, where I believe we are going to face some rallies. But the fact is yet bearish, and it has to create the lows, and since it failed to make the retrace here, the way it behaves and looks, there is more to come. So I would be looking to sell these rallies until we will create the false breakouts and the turnaround. Meanwhile, and as long as it's creating, and because it did not manage to hold the levels, the first levels of the retracing zone, I believe there is no obligation to look for any buys here. The bearish trend is yet here, and sell the rallies should be the main, still the main plan. Also, if we take a look on the 4-hour chart channel, which we can connect here, we can see it's trying to break through, so there is a good chance we are going to see that trying and get duplication. All the levels lead to the same zone that we discussed from the daily and the weekly. The next one on the list is the Euro versus the CAD. We wanted to see one of the scenarios, 3 higher highs, 3 higher lows, basically the break of this high and the buy, or 2 waves on the 4-hour chart with the divergence right here, and then the buys. So the EURCAD, what it did for us at the beginning of the week was here, and it created for us, oops, sorry, where is my line? It created for us the breakout as we wanted to see. The 3 higher highs, 3 higher lows came in play, and we got a massive rally to the upside. Then it was finished with a divergence, and this divergence came in play in both and all the 3, 1 hour, 4 hour, and the daily. So the biggest question is what's next with this pair? The way I see that, we are still inside a corrective cycle of the weekly, which means there is likely more to come. The daily is the bearish divergence, so the 4 hour to be corrective. 4 hour has these 2 waves, so break above that could be enough to start the rally, or alternatively we're gonna face one more drop until a bullish divergence is completed, and then look for the buys. So the idea here is pretty much a new format for the previous week, same idea, just get the new low and the divergence here and then the buys, or on the lower time frame get the higher highs, higher lows, corrections and buys. So the EURCAD delivered this week, and still likely has the room to deliver on the coming weeks. If you enjoyed this pair and this opportunity during this week, drop a feedback in the comment section. Let me know, what do you think about this pair and how do you see that? Did you enjoy the rallies or plan to enjoy the rallies? So share in the comment section your story. Next one on the list is the pound versus the CAD. From the critical zone of the daily, we were looking to see 3 lower highs, lower lows, or false breakouts and convergence. Meanwhile, nothing happens. We did not get the lower highs, lower lows. We do not yet have false breakouts and convergences. So until it is created, I will take this pair to neutral and wait for facts to happen first. The next one on the list was the Aussie versus the Kiwi. I was expecting to see a retrace from the 4-hour chart bullish divergence. What I wanted to see was a false breakout and higher highs, creation of 3 higher highs, higher lows as alternative, and then buy retraces. As we can see, this pair never managed to deliver. We never got any higher highs on this false breakout, on this false breakout, nowhere. So no higher highs, no series of 3 higher highs and higher lows. So the way it looks right now for this pair, there is still bearish momentum. Plus, in this bullish trending pattern, we crossed straight below the 61.8 Fibonacci retrace. This is a no-go from my point of view. So as for now, this pair is as well removed from the list, going neutral. We'll be waiting for clearer signs. Next one was the New Zealand dollar versus the CAD. My view remained bullish and I was looking to get the break of this range. Where is that? And here we are. We got the break of this range. And all the rest is a history. This pair was one of the best pairs we enjoyed from during this week, and it delivered a fantastic move. So if you enjoy this pair and the rally, I will be thankful if you can share your story and your feedback in the comment section, and to throw some like button to the video and to the idea mainly. As you know, these ideas are here to help you to make some profits. So thank you in advance for your support. Dollar franc, I want to see the drops and the buys. And one of the scenarios was small drop, bigger to the trend line, and look for the buys. Dollar franc did the retrace, but it was very deep and yet did not provide any buy reason. So the biggest question is, what's next with this pair? Now, it is important to mention that on the last non-farm payroll, which was published this Friday, the numbers turned to be so good to the American market, which simply has a very positive, currently, impact on the dollar. The logic behind it is the chances for the Fed, or the odds for the Fed to cut the rates with such strong job market decreased, and therefore the power of the dollar. Will that remain, and how long will that remain? That's a different story. So what is expected with the dollar franc? Right now we're still inside this pattern of the daily. 3 higher highs, higher lows for an uptrend and a range in correction. We returned back to the bottom and yet holding this supportive area. The question is what's coming from here. As long as we hold it, we are good to look for the buys. But for that to happen, we need to recreate a bullish pattern. Once and if we create the 3 higher highs, higher lows, we can discuss about buy retraces. And this is what I would be looking to trade on the dollar franc. If it forms it this way, that would be a great opportunity from my point of view. Euro pound, I wanted to see going down until the 4-hour chart creates the divergence and look for the buy opportunities. So the euro pound did drop down, but the problem is that in this moment the divergence is gone and never created. So what's next with this pair? Like the pound CAD, it is on critical zone, but it's yet to deliver the reversal sign. And as long as it did not, I prefer to move it currently on neutral and wait for the fact to happen. Very likely that the next year will be very interesting to trade this pair and the other pound pairs. There's a good chance for good volatility there. Next one on our list was the pound franc. I wanted to see false breakout, convergence, and sell the rallies. Pound franc created that exactly. We got a false breakout, we got a convergence, we never managed to get a sell the rally. Instead, the pair breaks through the highs and fail this trade. Right now, there is a good chance we are going to higher levels, and higher levels mean something like the 132, 133, which would be the magnet zone of this cycle. So the bulls are back and they are yet here for the pound franc. Next one on the list was the pound versus the New Zealand dollar. I wanted to get the break out of this pattern, the flag pattern, and I wanted to see on the 4-hour chart 3 higher highs, 3 higher lows, basically gaining a bullish momentum. So the pattern was not yet broken, and I still expect the same break out of the pattern and 3 higher highs, 3 higher lows. If we will manage to get this pattern, buy retraces would be our plan. So as long as it didn't happen, no buys. It's a patience mode. Next one, dollar yen, one of the rock stars. We wanted to see false breakouts and convergence, or lower highs, lower lows to define a bearish trend. So we got our false breakout here on the 1-hour chart. That's where we got our 2 false breakouts. Daily was the cycle, 4-hour chart was the verification, 1-hour chart delivered the 2 false breakouts and the convergence. Sell the rallies was the plan. We got the rally, we got a bearish hidden divergence, and we got a beautiful drop down. So dollar yen delivers. The question is, what's next? From my point of view, we are still developing here a corrective cycle, or in 2 waves, or in a range. This or other way around, bearish view remains on, and sell the rallies would be still the plan. For all those of you who are in, enjoy the profits and share your story in the comment section. So my view remains bearish. Let me know how you find the dollar yen, because a very interesting fact is that among the retail traders, around 70% of traders are long on this pair. 70%. That's very, very interesting. So let me know, how do you find the dollar yen? Are you for buys? Are you for sells? And mainly why? Alright, and that's our quick review of the previous week. Now I would like to share new opportunities as I see them. The first one is going to be the dollar versus the Canadian. What we get here is this weekly cycle that I still find interesting under the bullish pattern. Under the bullish pattern, and the biggest question is what's next. So we did not yet break above any of the trend lines. However, we are in the first place, created the 3 higher highs, 3 higher lows, then 2 waves correction on the daily, and the breakout. And this breakout comes again with higher highs, higher lows, retrace down. On the 4-hour chart, it could be, of course, in clearer, and also developing a fantastic bullish hidden divergence for trend continuation. So the way I see that, we are for buys on this pair. And if this trend is about to develop, one of the very interesting tools to follow such rides would be with the SRS Pro, where look what happens basically. The weekly is bullish, the 4-hour turns back bullish, the daily has to turn bullish with the SRS candles, and then even on the lower time frame, what we will be looking for would be the trend structure, classical retraces in 2 waves and breakout, or some sort of a range breakout and trend continuation. So once this trend takes the place and the daily ticks the bullish candle, this would be a very good opportunity to follow and to trade with the SRS Pro. Dollar CAD is definitely interesting one to follow. Next one is the New Zealand dollar, because we've been bullish right here, and also in the live trading rooms we had an amazing run here with the breakout. After the retraces, we wanted to see the bullish continuation, and that delivered. So the question is, what's next? So according to the weekly, there is a long room up yet, but on a daily cycle we are approaching towards the 100 level. Bearish divergence potentially to tick here. I apologize for the here we go. Yes, so here is what we get. I draw it correctly, explain it wrong. Let me rephrase. So we got the first leg in a triple cycle and structure, and the second one yet to be completed. The weekly, as I just showed before, has a room on this cycle, and when we plot the Fibonacci retrace with the Fibonacci expansion on a developing cycle from the daily, then this is what we get. One critical room here, one critical room here. Critical magnet zone. So the way I see that, on this cycle, we got this divergence. That's where I confused the beginning of the explanation. And on the main cycle, we have no divergences. Moreover, we are gaining the momentum here, as you can see. So the way I see that, due to the 100 level and the clearance zone we have here, I believe we are going to face some corrections, and these corrections are very likely to deliver us a further continuation to the upside. So I will be watching for this trend line and this zone to provide the pullbacks, and then get the breakout to ride this area. New Zealand dollar, from my point of view, and as long as we hold this rising trend line, is a great buy opportunity. On the shorter time frames, like the 4-hour chart, this is where we develop currently the ending momentum and the triple cycle. That's why likely to assume we're gonna face some corrections, and these corrections are very likely to provide us the further buy opportunity. So New Zealand dollar, I personally love that. Let me know, what do you think about this pair? How do you see that? Bullish, bearish? Very interesting fact about this one, that's more than 90% of traders are retail traders, are for sale. And that's one of the reasons why buy retraces should be a very, very interesting opportunity. Another one which I find interesting is the Australian dollar, with the bullish divergence that we have, a monster one on the weekly, expecting a corrective cycle take place. The daily delivered the first leg, which was a trending structure, then sort of 2 waves correction with a turning divergence. Now we are developing here a sort of higher highs, momentum to the upside. First leg on the day on the 4 hour was done. Now we are making this flag triangle, and I believe the break out of it should deliver further continuation upside. As long as we are above this area, which from my point of view is the invalidation, I would be looking for this continuation. And the last one to the list is the Euro versus the Australian. Here is what I would like to see from this pair. If we create this structure of the 3 lower highs, lower lows, this is a trend structure, and then sell the rallies is the right thing to do here, to join back the weekly expected move according to this cycle. So what I want to see on the 4 hour chart is the pattern of the trend, 3 lower highs, lower lows, and then sell the rallies would be my plan. As per commodities, I currently don't see anything too worthy at that moment, but I definitely do see that on the Bitcoin. Bitcoin was one of the things we discussed about the previous week. We wanted to get buy retraces as long as we hold above the 61.8, break below 61, it would invalidate it. So here is the Bitcoin, we got the retrace, we are holding the 61.8 as we can see here, came closer, but correctly, but hold that, and so far so good. Sort of a bottom here with divergence, and ideally we should get the second leg to the upside. So my view remains bullish here on this one. So that's pretty much it for the coming week or weeks. As I mentioned at the beginning, this is the last forecast for 2019. So once again, thank you very much for watching this video and my work in general. I wish you a fantastic holiday season. And once again, I would like to invite you to subscribe to our channel if you see that for the first time, to join our free Telegram channel and the live trading rooms. The links to both are right below in the description. And if you find this video and the work useful, please show your support back. Hit the like button, drop some feedback below in the comment section. Your support is very much appreciated, and the main reason why we do that for the community. And once again, thank you for your time watching this video. I am Vladimir Ribakov from Traders Academy Club. For all those of you who are part of Traders Academy Club, I'll see you guys on the coming week with the live trading rooms and in our Telegram channels. Meanwhile, thank you for your watching, for your time, and for your support. I wish you a fantastic weekend, great rest, and successful trading week. Yours, Vladimir Ribakov.